Let's look back at the highlights. There was the back wheel slip out for Niels van der Putte. It was costly, but right, we got some really interesting starts from quite a few riders. But Thibaut Nys looking cool and calm from the start. We thought that if that tyre choice early on might be costly, but in the end it wasn't.
No, it was one of them. You could clearly see a lot of the big names didn't want to go kind of completely into the red on that first climb. It's really easily done. Saw some different names that Robin Alderweireld held on well to finish a top 15, but one of the early mistakes that we saw on our screens. A few different names, but one of them, Victor van der Putte, huge ride from him, holding on for 4th today. Jente Michaels and Wout Janssen also up there, and it was early on we really saw the different line choices on offer, and we saw the first mistake from Toonarts today really cost him, went down pretty hard on that opening lap, and saw more mistakes on that camber later in the race.
As he came through, it was van der Putte, Cameron Mason just finding his way through on the inside. Thibaut Nys there in the white was just steadily picking his way up through the field, goes for that right-hand line, and just showed there on that one line alone how much time he made up. He had this course absolutely nailed today.
It's the kind of conditions you really have to think about it to go around that course fast. We saw lots and lots of mistakes behind from riders just potentially trying to take a little bit too much speed into certain sections. And then we saw at the end of the first lap those time qualifications on offer. Cam Mason, Thibaut Nys and Pim Ronhaar picking up them, and already the front 4 were gone.
They were indeed. Cameron Mason keeping the pressure on. Thibaut Nys throughout, and this line here as well, it's such a decisive part of the course.
It was. It's one of those where it's really easy to make a mistake. We saw a number of riders going down on that section, but one rider that nailed it almost perfectly every time was that man, Thibaut Nys.
Cameron Mason, big day out for Cam. Last week he's up there in Overijse. He had a rear wheel puncture. Jente Michaels. Hats off to Jente for finishing today, though. It was a tough day.
It would have been very easy to walk up to the pits, hand that bike in, take a fresh one and head straight to the camper. So fair play to him for that. So we saw, looked like actually on that replay that it was actually Cameron's foot that actually got caught immediately, and that boa straight off. So yeah, potentially the foot on the hoardings getting caught rather than a part of the bike.
The end of lap 4. Thibaut Nys went through. Cameron Mason still in sight. At that point, it was 25 seconds between first and second. Pim Ronhaar in the background there was 51 seconds down. And I think hats off as well. He had the pressure on Thibaut Nys. I like your phrase, he kept him honest today. But you could see that Thibaut was constantly checking across the course. He knew, even at 25 seconds, he was still under pressure here from Cameron Mason. But second career win here in Koppenberg, a phenomenal start to the season.
Yeah, the gap never got to the point where it was super comfortable for Nys. It looked like he was always in control, but at the same time, one mechanical, and that 20-odd seconds would have been, yeah, down to nothing.
Our top 10 looks like this. Thibaut Nys takes ahead of Cameron Mason, Pim Ronhaar with Victor van der Putte, Toonarts, Lars van der Herk, Gerben Kuipers, Joris Stevenhouse, Niels van der Putte and Victor Meeuwsen, our top 10.
Some questions in English. Thibaut Nys, you came, you saw, you conquered here on the Koppenberg.
Yeah, it's a proper way to start the season. I mean, this was one of the big goals already of the cyclocross season, and to start off with a win is incredible. My second win here on the Koppenberg in really nice conditions. I did what I had to do.
There's a race tomorrow, but of course next week European Championships. You're the big favorite now after this performance. You're gonna train a whole week in the sand?
I think I'll have to, because my sand skills are not that great. So even with this shape, it's gonna be a really, really difficult task to win again the European Championships. But the shape is there, and that's all I can do, and the rest is just see how it goes. But I think it will be even more difficult than winning today.
De ene gaat ook nog eens aan de voorzitter Tom van der Buis van X2O. Dat waren schieten. 1 cadeau vragen aan de winnaar, Antibo Nijs. En dan Steven Schellenbach van de jubilatie groep. Dat uiteraard de klas junior van Super overhandigen. Dat gaat hier de 7 mag dat klas overhandigen.